Let's go. What's up, bro? We got a podcast in the metaverse, bro.
Yeah. Who knew that this is what it was all building up to through the entire first season? And now we are here kicking off season 2 with all of you guys, a live studio audience.
Let's go. Every Tuesday.
A podcast. We didn't even know what was happening. We're 15 episodes into this.
It seems to be helping and impacting a lot of people. We'll see you every Tuesday on the Well Metaverse podcast. Peace.
Easy. I don't know why I chuck deuces. Like I don't chuck deuces. What was that?
Ace the bass.
The Chuck and Deuces is my favorite part of that intro, by the way.
Is it? You know, so I'm not gonna lie. I was just watching that, and I hate to rush into anything, but it might be time to put a refresh on that. Like we don't have legs. Like it's the soapstone from 3 soapstones ago.
Well, you're technically not at the soapstone.
Well, and there's some clips in there of the
some of the clips.
It's the one with the orange and like the square patterns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's let's see if you count this one, last one. Yeah, that's 4 soapstones ago. That was like the second soapstone.
Yeah, maybe time for a new one.
Yeah. I think we'll get a little refresh on that. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Lucas says hello. Oh, all right. Yeah, good to see you. And hi. Yep. Oh, Lolly D says we heard a tale of new music intro weeks ago. Yeah. We've talked about it a couple times, and then we've talked about it. We haven't so much really done it yet, but I think we will. Alma, good afternoon.
She's my favorite advancement lead.
Is she?
Yeah.
Out of all of our advancement leads, she's your favorite, huh? Nice. Just so everybody knows, she is the advancement lead. Harold, hello. Hey, my friend. Good to see you as always. Appreciate you and all you do. Cypherpathic. Yo, good to see you. Is that not, you think that's how you pronounce that, Ace?
You're always spot on with how you pronounce things.
So you think I nailed it? Yo, that's...
First try.
Yeah. All right. Jeffrey. Hello, everyone. All right. Alma says the Orange Windows World was her favorite. The current one is my favorite, for sure. Yeah. All right. How's your day going, Ace?
Good. Got to jump into build mode with you and try to fix some things. Got to play test some stuff that we've got coming up in the future. That's really cool.
Bang! Oh, little hint. Man, we got some fun stuff coming up.
And then, like every time I've been on the show, it was about 10 minutes before the show starts, and Aaron says, "Hey, you want to join me?"
Yeah. On that note, hey, thoughts, prayers out to our friend Jason. He is preoccupied with some stuff. They had some pretty severe storms that came through. He's all good and everything, but certainly, heyo, Zach the artist. Good to see you, sir. Heyo, happy Tuesday, heart. Indeed it is. Hey, Aztec Consulting. Let's try that with a recognizable name. Heyo, LOL. Aztec Consulting. I nailed that one for sure. Yeah, that was nice to jump in and do that play testing. You know, quick shout out to Jim Puddin and his phenomenal scripting abilities.
Yeah, we got some cool things that can happen in the soapstone that you can't always do. So those will be fun.
Can somebody say after party? Yeah. Little hint. We got some cool experiences in the works for some after parties coming up. So as the kids say, it's all happening. And by the kids, I mean me.
You.
Yeah.
You were just whistling a quite old song a minute ago that I don't know that you can call yourself a kid anymore.
It's true. Yeah. That's so everybody knows when the show is getting ready to get started, typically it's kind of like this little just kind of still silence because we don't want to start talking about stuff and then we got to save it for the show. So in this downtime, I've got a tune that I whistle. I wonder if anybody in the group can guess the song or where it came from. Let's see. By the way, if anybody under the age of 40 guesses it, I will be shocked. In fact, if anybody over the age of 39 guesses it, I will be shocked. I think it's actually, if I can remember what it is, I'll be shocked. I guess, but anyway, so that was fun. We did get into some conversation. You commented on my hair.
It looks fabulous.
Fabulous. I missed a haircut, so it's getting a little bit froggy. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, being let known that I was going to be on here 10 minutes before, I missed hair and makeup. So.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. By the way, I appreciate you being able to jump in and all that. It's cool. Like we're on parallel metaverse journeys. Jason and I are typically doing this show, and you're doing the show on Wednesday nights. How's that going?
Good. So we did have to change things up a bit. Warfeather was my co-host, and he's stepped away. But luckily, because he did all of the I don't know if recruitment's the right word, but he found all of our guests and did a lot of the social media for us. But Pacific Ghost, who had been on our show previously, met me on launch day, I think it was, or it was our soft launch because it was right before the show, and said, "Hey, I've got somebody that'd like to be on the show if you want." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. I don't have anybody right now," so they were on the show, and then afterwards we sat and talked, and she offered to kind of go and take over that role of finding guests and putting together social media posts. And I was like, "Yep, I'm all for it. Let's do it."
That's like that dynamic right there actually ties in with what I called this one was a blank page SWOT analysis. And of course, the reason I titled this episode that is because over the holiday weekend, I was able to take some time to be relatively unplugged and just have a blank sheet of paper and list out some of the strengths, some of the weaknesses, some of the opportunities that I see coming up for us, and some of the threats that we're facing. And that's such a valuable thing. But what you just hit on, like the Soapstone community, the Soapstone network, the fact that we're able to open up opportunities for people to step in and shine, like that is where our strength comes from. Having people find their lane, having people find their spotlight and be able to contribute and be a part of this thing that we're doing as a group that's far, far greater than any of us individually.
Yeah. And especially with her, on that SWOT, one of my weaknesses is going out and talking to people. And even though I'm on this show now and have my own show, talking is not my strength. But for her, that's what she does. She socializes and she networks, and so that fills that void perfectly.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfectly. Just as for me, getting in and doing scripting and the details and the nitty gritty of all that you're constantly going through, I would burn out in probably about 5 minutes, and that would be the end of it. So it is really, really nice to find people that not only can do the things to reinforce our areas of weakness, but actually thrive in that. So it's that. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about the group being bigger than the individuals.
For sure.
Yeah, Film Sensei. He says, "Smiley face."
There's somebody that fills a void.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he is. He's pretty spectacular. Actually, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but he and I got a cool surprise coming up that'll hit the mainstream in somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks, probably. So, cool. Yeah. Hey, look at this. Churchill's Comedy Club 18 Up. Hello, watching on my VR at the moment. Oh, okay. And Churchill's, of course, is the comedy club that Mr. James Sturman runs. How was your Memorial Day? He's wondering. How was yours, Ace?
So Memorial Day was kind of uneventful. Me and my wife sat and watched hours worth of Supernatural. But the day before on Sunday, we all went over to my parents' house, and aunts and uncles and grandparents stuff all came over there, and we do a wiffle ball game every year. So I got my butt kicked in that, but that was fun.
Yeah. I think you recommended a show to me, Fallout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My wife and I watched that first season. That's pretty cool show, actually.
Yes. So you said you didn't play it. Does she play it?
She hasn't played it. She's a gamer for sure, but she hasn't played that one. She's going to now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I really like how in there's horrible things happening to just the most peaceful and serene soundtracks.
Yep.
It's my favorite. Yeah. Uh-oh. Ace lost at something.
I did. So I was a captain along with my brother-in-law on picking teams, and he definitely went the route of let's pick the best players, and I went the route of, hey, I'm gonna get my son and my mom, and not that they're not great players, but yeah, that played out well. So
yeah, so he was a little more committed than you were in putting a winning team together.
He was.
Yeah, you were going for the long-term win of solid family relations and
right, score points.
Yeah, nice. I think that's worth it. Yeah. Fallout is really cool. There would have been Fallout if you picked somebody else over your wife and son, probably. Yeah. And Sturm says you have to play the Fallout games to understand it. I'm going to disagree with you. I haven't played it, and I was able to follow along pretty good, unless I just didn't know I wasn't getting it. So, which that's always possible too.
Well, I mean that's good that it's a good show even without knowing the games.
Yeah, it's good. They definitely left it to where they're anticipating there being more, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, Alma in her reassuring manner says you got the points. That's what mattered.
For sure.
Yeah. So Lally, can we bring you out? How are you, my friend?
Good morning. How's everybody?
Hey, Lally.
Hey, since you guys are talking about weird TV shows, I'm just asking: has anybody watched what's it called? Oh God, now I lost the Baby Reindeer.
I did watch that, and it was a little disturbing.
Just a little disturbing.
Yeah, but
I wasn't ready.
Yeah,
it wasn't ready.
Yeah, it was. I mean, very, very well written, well acted, real good quality show, but disturbing.
Yeah, it was a little disturbing.
I mean, it wasn't exactly like a hard pitch to become a comedian. I'll tell you that.
Right? Yeah, it was a little creepy. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. It's weird.
So I haven't watched it. I take it it's not a nature documentary.
It is not a nature documentary. It is. But it's if you don't
like about a comedian.
Yeah, if you don't mind being disturbed, it's quite good. quite
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? You just kind of found yourself on the couch going, "What is happening right now?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so do we want to talk about our shows? Is that what
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we're probably going to have a pretty quick show today. And once again, thanks for everybody for being a part of this. Hey, Bernice Lohman, greetings. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah.
Our featured show this week is Les Soapstone, and we talk about them quite a bit. They're doing phenomenal. I mean, that place is packed every week, and there's always people in the overflow. So the word's out about that. But it's more than that. They're having a wonderful time. They've been at this for a year now. Can you believe it? It's been a whole year. I was kind of surprised about that. But definitely, it's such a solid show in the French community. It brings French people to the Soapstone, not just during the show either. They're there a lot. Other times, I run into them all the time. So it's wonderful. They are also experimenting with El Soapstone, the Spanish version. So anybody's interested in getting involved with that, it's a good time. It's on the baby steps right now. So it's a good time to get involved with that. But
yeah, for sure. Like to take the platform of Horizon Worlds and make it accessible and to help people that speak languages other than English make it their own. That's it's such a powerful thing. Of course, Bart has played a huge role in that. Le Verbe, oh my gosh, the way that he has stepped into really helping and running that Les Soapstone experience, it's great. And then
watching him blossom into that was great. He was very, I mean, who's ready to be a host? That's not something you just are born, you have to get some experience at that. And once he did, boy, now he's a performer and a host. He's quite talented guy. We didn't know.
Indeed.
Who knew?
Indeed. And that's I mean, I love that in the Soapstone, just like what Ace was talking about earlier, where somebody's able to step up and fill a void and shine through that.
Yeah,
that happens on the stage, that happens behind the scenes, that happens throughout the Soapstone experience, and it's really, really exciting.
We are getting amazing amounts of fantastic singers lately. We've sort of been attracting a lot more adults to our Friday music day. We added 19 adults last week in the sound check. I didn't get to go to the musician showcase, but I know they regularly have really talented people there. But wow, I'm not kidding. You walk in twice now. I've heard people tell you got to get off the stage because we can't play, copywritten music. And it's like, that's me.
Yeah.
Twice I've heard that. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. Things are really stepping up.
And I got some ideas around that. Specifically for our music shows and for the Monday night, the stand-up showdown shows that that Mork and J Bags work on. I'm really trying to figure out some things and put some last pieces together to try to both reward financially the people that are coming in and performing, and also help share those performances with more people.
Mm-hmm.
It's these phenomenal performances, they're happening in one room at one time, and try to figure out a logistically possible way to reward them for that and share that with more people. That's something that's high on my priority list and figuring out. So
yeah, that's wonderful. And we are getting some more really funny comedians too. I'm wondering who they are because they're coming on stage. I'm like, you sound very polished. You sound polished. So yeah, we're seeing it all come through the Soapstone. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're going to see more and more of that. Especially as we've got the Soapstone Presents series coming through, where on the real high end area, we've got some superstar celebrity names that are going to be coming through.
Right.
But then in addition to that, the big screen shows that we're doing, these are polished, known, nationally touring and even internationally touring comedians. So as people see that and see that these folks are coming and and thriving on that stage and in that environment, you're going to see more and more comedians that want to come in and get their foot in the door and do stuff. So the shows like the stand-up showdown and even the open mic experiences, we're gonna see a lot more comedians, I think, coming through and just kind of putting their stamp on it and being able to access the stage that some of these other superstars and successful nationally touring comedians are performing on. So,
You know, one of the things I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'll just say something I've always thought about too, especially as VR gets more popular with people, is it gives it a place for somebody to come in anonymously and just test material and see how it goes without people reacting to the name and actually just reacting legitimately to the jokes.
Yeah.
I think that's happening, by the way. And also, did you notice that the comedians are starting to bend their comedy to VR? Like they're starting to incorporate that into their comedy really well because they're getting more familiar with it. So that's fun to watch. I've been enjoying the shows where they're doing that.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see the whole transition amongst some of these comedians that are coming in for the Soapstone Presents shows. Because they start out as very tenuous, like very much like unsure about it. What is this? It's a hard thing to wrap your head around. Like, wait, so it's going to feel like there's people there, and what is it? And then they experience that a little bit, and then they come in to do the comedy. They do the comedy.
They do that thing.
Yeah. But they'll come in and it's really nice to see throughout their set. Like all of them, you can almost pinpoint at the point where they're like, okay, I've got the groove, and then it just like lights up. It's spectacular.
And even transitioning their comedy from facial, because they so rely on their faces. Oh my gosh, Bob Smiley talks about this. You go from, I'm used to using my face, and now I can't as much. So now they're learning how to use the jumping and the, jumping into the audience and stuff. So yeah, they're taking advantage of those VR things that they couldn't do in real life.
Yeah, so Robert G. Lee, who we've got coming up this Thursday, or wait a minute, sorry, not this Thursday. Next Thursday, it's Robert G. Lee, and he's gonna in his set, he jumps around, and I mean he's got a heck of a vertical in VR. Probably not that good in IRL, but
you never know.
Yeah, but talking about adapting, when people watch his set. Like one of the things that he does is when he ends like a punchline, he'll jump, and it signals to the audience that, hey, here's a laugh point. Now it's your turn, and it's really interesting to watch that back and forth because you get that volley back and forth with the audience, and it works out so well.
And they love all the names and stuff. You see them really having fun with all of our characters in the audience because they don't get that kind of character in a live audience. So now they've got these insane costumes in front of them and paint. It's just so much fun to watch. It's a transition, different kind of comedy. It's fun.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Our friends.
It's also a lot of fun just seeing them. It's also a lot of fun just seeing them, doing VR for the first time, and Arvin Mitchell that we had this last week when he realized all the people that he's talking to are actual people, or Tina falling off the stage and ending up in the audience and just continuing her set from the audience.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things that there are two things come to mind that make a pro comedian a pro. One is the ability to bomb gracefully. A pro comedian can come out and have a set not go well, and they can navigate their way through it. When you get to the amateur level of comedians and certainly open mics, if they start bombing and things don't go well, you'll oftentimes see them break, and they'll go really, really dirty, and they'll almost be hostile towards the few people that are there. A pro is never going to do that. A pro can come out and have it not go well and thrive through it. But the other thing is a pro has the ability to pivot, which our team knows a lot about. But a pro can come out and read the room and adjust a set list to what's going to land with that based on how the first couple of jokes go. A pro is going to come out and be able to step into a new environment and get the feel and then thrive in it. And that's what we're seeing with these pro comedians that are coming through there. And again, you can almost see that point where it clicks and they're like, okay, I've got it. And then the audience goes nuts. Like it just, everything comes together. Oh.
Well, can you imagine being your first time in VR and you're on a stage and you have to do a show? I mean, we come in here like, oh my gosh, my equilibrium, I can't function. I can't, just walking in places. Can you imagine? You're on, you know, don't lose it. Keep your balance. I mean, I give them a lot of credit.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really, really special that we're able to capture that and then convey that and share it with larger groups of people. Because, you know, there's only so many people that can be in the room at the time. But to capture the audience interaction, capture the comedian experience these things for the first time, and then be able to share that on the big screen, it's special. It's special.
They turn that part into a whole comedy routine. So we get a whole pre-show before the show with them learning to navigate. It's great. It's so
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
Oh yeah, Sturm says, then comes the fire emoji. Yeah, in the last one that we recorded, Sturm's in the audience and AJ Finney's on stage, and he's in a pretty deep part of his conversation, and Sturm throws a fire emoji, and he says, "What? Are you trying to catch yourself on fire?"
What's happening?
Yeah, it was great.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
So we got a good week planned this week. We got lots of good shows, and our juniors are creating their own shows, and that's pretty special too. They are really getting into it. Kimberly Ann's doing a phenomenal job. She's been working her tail off, creating all these junior instances. I got one myself that I do on Fridays. So kudos, Kimberly. You do good. Yeah, it's fun though. They're really leading. They're leading themselves now. And and you know what? They take it serious too. It's like, hey, we're talking here, you know, relax out there. So it's coming along. Kids are getting it, and they're talented. Mm-hmm. They're really talented. So it's fun.
And they're super excited about doing those shows. Like Saturday night, I set up the pre-instance for improv. And then once everybody left, Kimberly put that join code in, and it was seconds after that join code hit the Discord, the room was full of kids. Yeah.
This, you know, it's funny because we're going through this growth curve and we're trying to figure out who we are, what the platform is, all of this stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit rough when we kind of made the transition of really being an 18 up platform to being a platform for 13 and up. And yeah. I don't know if you guys remember any of that, but but the, you know, experiencing that was essential to get us to the point where we are here, where we've now got a group of juniors that are leaders that can do these things. They can step up, they can set culture and grab a hold of this idea of helping people find their spotlight and producing these great shows and experiences. It's awesome. And then now being able to, at the same time, while we're giving those juniors those experiences that are specifically designed around them, we can then go back to having some experiences that are specifically for the 18 and up crowd.
And I love that they have their own community now too, because they do. They care about each other. They'll come and get us and say, you know, so-and-so's upset, and can you help them? And they're just so cute, and they really do care about each other and putting on good shows. It's great to watch. It's us, just younger.
It's the dynamics are the same. You know, there's drama that comes up from time to time. There's because that drama has happened in the juniors community and also in the adult community.
Really? Do you know what that is?
But yeah, to see people work through that and actually end up a stronger community at the other side of that, that's awesome.
It is.
Corbin says, "Hey,
lizard."
Yeah. So Lay Soapstone is the spotlight show of the week. Of course, we've got the Laugh Fest stuff. Oh, you know what? I want to share a video because one of the things that we've of course been doing with the people that are volunteering and making the Soapstone what it is we get the opportunity to share with them, and we've each month at our contributor meeting, I've been giving away a couple $1,000s worth of prizes and stuff, and we have a special guy who won or who received a Quest 3. And he opened it up, and he also talks a little bit about a potential new show at the Soapstone. So I'm going to play this video here just because I like it so much here.
Cześć, tutaj Hajdasa, wasz CSP z Europy, konkretnie z Polski. Przyszedłem do domu i znalazłem paczkę z moim nowiutkim Meta Quest 3. Wszystko jest sprawne. Naprawdę bardzo się cieszę, nie wiem co powiedzieć. Dziękuję Unemployed Alkoholikowi za to, że mamy możliwość wchodzić w blask reflektorów, pomagać w Soapstone i Bartowi za wspieranie, za bycie świetnym lead międzynarodowym i pomaganie właśnie wszystkim osobom z krajów poza Ameryką, ale też osób w Ameryce. Pomaga wszystkim, naprawdę jest świetny. I odpowiadał na wszystkie moje pytania. Bardzo mi to pomogło, także jeszcze raz dziękuję. I na koniec chciałbym dodać, że skoro mamy już Le Soapstone francuskie, El Soapstone hiszpańskie, to teraz przydałoby się Polish Soapstone po polsku. Także mam nadzieję, że wkrótce to zobaczymy i że będę mógł razem z Bartem pomóc, a może nawet poprowadzić to show. Także jeszcze raz bardzo dziękuję Bartowi, Unemployed Alkoholikowi i całemu lead teamowi. Do zobaczenia.
How great is that?
Right?
Yeah.
He's our Polish guy. He's so helpful. His English is not, perfect, but he definitely can communicate with us, and he helps us with a lot of shows. But Hadasko's a great team member. We appreciate him a lot. I'm glad he won. That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think there were 20 other winners throughout the thing, and we gave away gift cards to Amazon. We gave away some gift cards to the soap store and some other stuff there. So yeah, and again, we were able to figure out how to help everybody, regardless of where they are on the planet, receive those gifts. It was a little bit of a logistical challenge to figure out how to get the Quest 3 headset over to Poland, but come to find out, Meta is a relatively international company. So,
who knew?
And how is it that somebody could be possibly able to win one of those?
That's a great question, Ace. Yeah. Lolly, do you want to answer that?
Well, if you're on our Discord, which is discord.gg/soapstone, you are in. You just have to pay attention to what we do. And if you volunteer for shows, help out with events, we give you an opportunity to get a slot on a wheel that we spin once a month. So the more you help out, the more times your name's going to appear on that wheel, and you get an opportunity to win something, and it's all great stuff. So, hey, we don't mind helping out at all. It's always fun here, but just adds to the fun. We love it. Yeah, it's great.
Indeed. Always looking for ways to say thanks to the people that are volunteering. And yeah, this is a good way to do it, to be able to gift people from time to time with the Quest 3, $100 to Amazon or $50 to the soap store. Just giving back a bit as we can. So
it's very much appreciated. Everybody's very happy with what's happening now. It's great.
All right. Well, good stuff. I think that does it. Lucas says, thank you, Lolly. Corbin's throwing some hearts, and there's some googly eyes going on there. Yep. And let's see. Zach, pulling it back to Baby Reindeer. Looks like
What did he say?
oh
no.
looks like he did a interview of the real life Martha from Baby Reindeer, and
Oh my goodness.
they were spot on. Okay, I don't know if that doesn't strike me as a great thing, but
Yeah, I'd be a little scared to get to know her. She's a little scary.
little bit.
Tomorrow, speaking of scary, no, I'm kidding. Tomorrow, Ace and I are going to co-host, and we have Dan Tanzer is going to be our guest tomorrow on Good Morning Soapstone. We always have fun on Good Morning Soap. I love when Ace is there. So we'll talk about some soapstony stuff, and then we'll get into it with Mr. Tanzer. It's going to be a fun day.
So Ace, the man of few words, in about a 24-hour or about a 36-hour span, he's going to co-host 3 different shows, 3 different talk shows. I love it.
You know what? Now, when he's on stage, you would never know that he's like that. You wouldn't. He hosts very well. Very well.
Very, very comfortable on stage. Very poignant points that he makes, and also gives people the opportunity to shine.
Yes, he does.
Well, that's the best part about our shows is when the audience gets interactive and they've got questions. If you just got to go and listen to me, it's not going to be any fun.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Alma Jean says she has at least one opportunity this afternoon for a contributor to help out. So yeah, if you're looking to volunteer, make sure you tag in and be a contributor on the Discord channel and find those spots. Take 2 trivia starts in just 30 minutes, which is now 25 minutes. So that means their pre-instance is starting, well, probably right now. So it's all happening. It's all happening. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful adventure that we are all on here at the Soapstone. Appreciate you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Deuces.